Hi guys, this is something a bit different this time. I'm just going to talk about the Games League I keep mentioning. Basically, I run a club down in Cornwall, and we're a bit out of the sticks, and we play so many different games. It's always hard to find someone playing the same game as you. So what I've set up is every 2 months we have basically a tournament of a particular game system, and then at the end of the 6 seasons or the year, an overall score will be taken, and someone will get a prize. You've just done a Saga one. That's the 4-point games you've seen previously of them. And here's just the results of it. So how I scored it, it was 3 for a win, 1 for a draw. There was also a 4-1 score on the Feast of Crows, which was the last game. And this was the primary one. I think we only had 5 games in total. Yeah, we only had 5 games. It was a nice, easy one. We did it over the 2 months, basically because we've got people everywhere. Some go to uni and that, and they can get back and have a game without any problems on their holidays and that. And people that don't come to the clubs often because they live a distance away, again, they can get their games in. They can do a couple a night, and it doesn't have to be done at the club. I mean, they could get the games done at home and stuff if they meet people up at different places. So, as I say, this is the Saga results. This was our first season. I also give bonus points at the end of your results. You get 3 to have fully painted. This will pretty much go through all the different games we're going to be playing. I do this really because we're a gaming club at the end of the day, and I want everyone to have nicely painted armies. It's just to inspire people to try and get them painted. There's also going to be like a secondary thing just to theme things up. For the Saga game, it was the baggage markers, obviously required in the escort scenario. So having your own baggage markers is awesome. And then there's a decider. In this one, it was the kill points difference, which could be positive or negative at the end of each game. So if you can win and not cause too many casualties, take too many casualties, you've got a better chance of winning the game. And then the results of it, well, I came in top with my Anglo-Saxons. And as you see, you got Jim, Dan, Lil Dave, Max, Tristan, Mike. We had 8 originally, 1 dropped out, so which was a shame because that was going to be the Welsh. But for the first 7, that was pretty awesome. And then your positions for each of the seasons go into the league results. And as you can see on the other side here, I've just got the 7 points for first place, 5 points for second place, 3 points for third, and then everyone else gets a point for taking part. And there's also a tie tally. People who, because the scores might end up being matching, basically you get a bonus point that only goes towards the tie tally, so doesn't go towards your total score, and that point is then used to decide any draws, which is basically you've done all your bonus points. So if everyone's gone to the effort of like painting up their armies, got their extra bit of scenery or whatever it is I decide for each one. I mean, most games come now would need objective markers and things like that, so that's what I'll be aiming for. So yeah, and that's how it's going. A quick mention for the Anglo-Saxons. I managed to come top of the list for them. When I first started using the Anglo-Saxons, I hated them. I really did. I couldn't find out how to use them. I was starting to get hits on, but towards the end of the day, I was getting the hang of it. It was all about wearing the enemy down. It's a bit of a bizarre concept when I've been using the Anglo-Danish. We just had that hit and thump from the Dane Axeman and wipe out a unit. This one was all about I stand there, you charge me, use up your abilities, only get 1 or 2 kills. The next turn I can charge in. I've got my abilities up and cause some kills that way. And most of the time, most of the conflicts I was coming out on top, which is a good show for the Anglo-Saxons. The only downside being is that must use big numbers. And in a 4-point game, that's hard going. Because you quickly lose the wounds, and when people catch on, you get all your best benefits from it. They quickly start sniping off different units. But their basic, I haven't got the board with me, Defenders of the Realm or something. I think it's just a horse, which is like the mid-range die roll. And for that, you can have 4 extra attacks or 4 extra defense dice. And that's for 1 dice, and I think that is probably the most used ability I have down. Every turn, without fail. If I've got a horse, it goes on there. Other than that, the ability to move everybody with any dice as well once they're big units, that really comes in. The only thing I didn't like is the fact you run out of dice quick. Um, Once you've lost all your big units, you've got no chance of upping your dice. Everyone else has still got that little put the sixes in, roll 2 dice trick. Unfortunately, the Anglo-Saxons don't get that. They only get put these sixes in and roll as many dice as you have, units of 10 or more. So towards the end of the game, you're rapidly running out of dice. But thankfully, that little special ability, if you're not got 10 or more models, by the way, you get two additional attacks or 2 extra defense dice. So even then, for 1 dice of the mid-range dice roll, that's really good. Anything else to say about this? I think you'll see a couple more games of ours coming up. I've got the fantasy one I'm just going to show you in a second. Also in the future we're looking at doing Flames of War, I think is the one afterwards. Hordes of the Things, and then we're open-minded to see what we'll be doing next and seeing what people like the look of. So this is the Warhammer Fantasy Season 2. I'm just letting you have a run through because this time you get to see what I'm doing before I actually start it and how all the scoring is going to be done. The army lists are in this week. I've allowed Chaos Dwarves. We have a Chaos Dwarf player. I already know his army list is going to be beardy. It's going to be shitloads of war machines, huge unit of dwarf warriors with handguns equivalent, and a wizard with death and destruction to try and cause morale checks, and then the hell cannon, the strange steam tank, and a flame cannon just to bulk it out. But I don't mind. It's all for fun. I'm not putting any other. There's no restrictions on it. Take what you like. Got 1200 points to play with. The only thing is you need a camp marker. Camp marker helps with the secret objectives. That's all it's there for. I was thinking of doing some special rules, like making it work as a battle standard to units within 6 inches. But then I realised, especially with the guys with the Chaos Dwarves, all they have to do is camp around it, and they've all got a battle standard in effect as well. So that doesn't really inspire anyone to keep moving. But as you see later, I've got the secret objectives, which hopefully will keep people moving just to get the points. The scoring is the same as before, 3 for a win, 1 for a draw. And then your bonus points you pick up, you get 3 for fully painted, 2 for making your own camp marker, and 2 points for pieces of themed scenery to the max of 2. So basically it just gets players, A, getting the camp marker which they require, until then they can use whatever they like. But the bits scenery helps towards the club, so everyone's got some scenery, which is always good, and it just gets people making stuff, which I think helps out. Scenarios for the battles, it's all going to be a pitch battle. Scenery can set up by the players mutually agree manner. I've done that just to save time. People can just go in, set up a bit of terrain, play the game. No one else needs to be there. There's no strict ways of being set up. One thing I was going to put in there, which I haven't, is there has to be a bit of an impassable terrain. I think I'll mention that verbally later on. But other than that, that's all I'm going to do. Victory of the battles, exactly the same as the rulebook. Oh, deployment options. I've basically taken out of the War and Conquest book by Rob Broom, to Ancients book. Rob Broom, someone you might know from Warhammer Ancients collection. He did a lot of the stuff through there. Old Games Workshop when they used to do the ancient stuff. Unfortunately, they then backed out all of that and stopped it all, and he's doing his own rulebook. Fantastic rulebook. It is a game I'm trying to get up in the future. But getting other people into Ancients is always hard work. Though a lot of classics are coming out now, and they look fantastic, and it's cheap. And good old Games Workshop might run their own game with this next set of rules they're bringing out. So fingers crossed, we'll have some Ancients on the rise there. But yeah, I've taken the 3 different deployment options out of him. Basically, it's like a normal setup. Then you're stuck in the corners kind of thing, and then you've got like an oblique setup. I haven't written it down here because I'll show the guys and they can just get on and play. And also the secret objectives is taken from his book as well. I've just changed them a bit just to suit the fantasy. And the winner is the standard rulebook points. Made things easy, everyone's got those. And they say 500 points for the secret objective. The secret objective is rolled for at the beginning of the game for deployment. So you know what you've got to do, and they know what they've got to do, but you don't know your opponent's secret objective. And with a bonus 500 points, that makes these secret objectives really important. And not only do you have to play the game trying to beat your opponent as per usual, but you also have to think about what his secret objective might be and what he's trying to achieve. So the secret objectives I've got through here is just a breakthrough. It must have units within the enemy deployment zone. It must have a unit in the enemy deployment zone, while having none in your own. Headhunt must destroy the enemy's 2 most expensive units or characters, because some of the characters in this list are becoming quite massive. I have noticed. I think we've got that Chaos Lord I played previously. He's at his 300 point limit. Well, wouldn't that be awesome? But with the new rules, they'll probably go to 600 point limit. But anyway. Then we have Land Grab, which is all about capturing table quarters, Pitch Battle, which is just destruction, and Hold. Hold the center, which is 12 inches in the center, and you've got to get everyone else out of it, and you've got to stay in it. So that's it really. Now you're aware of kind of what we're doing, what we're trying to do. As I say, the next one after this will be Flames of War. If anyone don't know, that's 50mm World War II base game. It's quite good. I'm not sure what I'll be bringing. I might be bringing Germans or my Romanians, and that'll be a 1200 point list as well, or 1000 point list. Can't remember what I said now. I've got to remember what works out to be best. All these games are quite small. Again, it's all about trying to get games in so people can play them at home or at the club, and they can still go away to uni and come back in between. It doesn't matter too much. So I hope that's kind of helped you out and you understand what's going on now. Like if I mention these, I'll keep bringing these up, and I'll keep you in, keep you informed on what's going on and how it's going. And that's it. So until the next time, guys. Thanks a lot, and farewell.